Hello everybody, hope you had a great Sunday, and I'm back once again to show you how to cook one of my favorite foods. Being that I'm a 90-year-old Scouser from Liverpool, I'm going to try and teach you a little American delicacy, tacos. So I'm throwing my corn tortilla here in my hot oil, and I want to have you get a little close-up look at that, how we do that. You want your oil to be at about I would say about 350 degrees or something like that. If you're a Scouser, you just stick your tongue in there to find out how hot it is, and then you can see it's crisping up quite nicely, like a good potato crisp, a good chip with sauce, with tomato sauce. And so you flip that over and you give a little bend like that. Then what you want to do is you want to drain off the excess lard or lubricant, if you will. If you're one of those lubricant pumpers, camel toe jumpers, you know what I'm talking about. If you're one of those Patty Pimblets trying to be a UFC fighter, just remember one thing: you can't cook what you can't see. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I just figured I'd state that fact. Now I believe I've got my vegetable oil a little bit too hot at this point, but that's how we like to flash fry, at a high temperature, a high Celsius, somewhere's around, I don't know, 45 Celsius, if I actually knew what the hell Celsius was. I do know that to make this recipe, I may be 90 years old, but I don't need these damn things right now. I'm not reading, for God's sakes. As I was saying, to complete this recipe, you need 2 stones worth of 75, 95 ground beef with ground pork and ground chicken beak to make the best type of quality meat, sort of like what they make the burgers from over there at the Wimpy's. Now we always tell you in Liverpool, don't go to Wimpy Burger, go to McDonald's. If you want a good quality burger and some nice crispy chips with tomato sauce. But now remember one thing, tomato sauce in the UK is not free. It's 5 pence per packet. So that's just a little tip for you travelers, you gypsy kings like Tyson Fury and John Fury and Tommy Fury, the whole the whole freaking Fury family. They're all a bunch of travelers. And I think the Fury is going to have a long reign as world champion from the UK. And I think the only one who ever came close to him was old Lennox Lewis, or perhaps this AJ Joshua character, who seems to keep getting his bum kicked by nobodies like Andy Ruiz. If you're a fight fan at all, you remember Andy Ruiz knocked out old AJ Joshua in quite a taco fashion, if you will. So we're going to dedicate this particular homeless chef show, coming to you straight from Manchester, England, via Belfast, Ireland, where the tacos are quite McGregorish, if you ask me. Okay, we like to see them bubble up like that. That's a good sign when that your oil is at the correct temperature. When they start to bubble up like that, like a good crispy tortilla should be made. A good, nice homeless chef tortilla. You want to see it come pillowy like that, like you was about to jump in the satchel with one of your leading ladies, like I don't know, Hugh Grant or one of those leading ladies from Hollywood. One of those silly actor types. Okay, so you can see it doesn't take very long, and you want to keep you're regulating your Celsius to keep it at a good, what I say, 95 Celsius, or something like that. And you want them to be a nice, crisp, but still soft, so they're easy to bite through, especially if you've been a traveler yourself, a gypsy traveler, and you've lost half your damn teeth. And you gotta wear one of these bridges to keep you from looking like a damn jack-o'-lantern. Sort of like what I sort of resemble a jack-o'-lantern. And that's about gonna do it for this episode of the British Gypsy Chef, the traveling chef of the United Kingdom, the traveling chef of Manchester, Liverpool, wherever it was I claimed to be from. And we're gonna let that get a little hot, that oil again. Now, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Broke Joke Leaf Cabernet Sauvignon, made here at the British Homeless Chef Vineyards, right here in beautiful Kent, Manchester, Liverpool. And that's about going to do it for this episode of the British, the Scouser chef, if you will, the traveling Scouser chef. So I've let my oil, I've completely let you down, because my oil has dropped down to somewheres around 14 Celsius, and I believe that comes out to about, if I'm good at my math still correctly, E equals MC squared times division by minus of the calculus, I would say that rounds out to about somewheres in the neighborhood of 455 degrees Fahrenheit, like you Yanks call it, Fahrenheit. Okay, so we're back up to about 95 degrees Celsius. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to end this episode right there. But I want to give a shout out to a group of good domestic U.S. beer, a good Yank beer, good old Bud Light, made famous by Shane Gillis. If you're not familiar with Shane Gillis, he's an old Irish lad from Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, if you will. And his career is at about maybe 55 degrees Celsius, which means he's hot on the pedal a little bit. And that comes to about 14.5 thousand degrees Celsius Fahrenheit. Okay, come back next time where I'll be showing you how to make the Mexican style filling for these amazing taco shells. And that's a whole nother episode of the Traveling Scouser cooking show, filmed live here in Manchester's Kent, Glasgow, Heathrow. And if you don't believe me, just take the tube on down here and we'll throw down like a couple of gypsy queens in the Rocky Picture Horror Show. See you next time, you Scousers. And don't forget, try out this Joke Leaf Cabernet Sauvignon made by the British winemaking vineyards. See you next time.